Sri Lanka's most powerful news brand.
Perpetual Treasuries Limited placed 2.25 billion rupees on its own, and Bank of Ceylon placed 13 billion rupees on behalf of PTL. Of that, PTL's 2.25 billion and 3 billion via BOC were accepted, a total of 5.25 billion. The total of 10.058 billion rupees in bids was accepted at that auction, making just over 50% of the accepted bids were in favor of PTL. How did that happen? It is now confirmed former Governor Arjuna Mahendran visited the Public Debt Department after the auction for the second time that day and ordered the PDD to accept 10.058 billion rupees in bids. Perpetual Treasuries is owned by the son-in-law of Arjuna Mahendran, Arjun Aloysius. Following public outcry of alleged impropriety over the central bank treasury bond issue, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe appointed a 3-member committee known as the Gamini Pitipana Committee. It was appointed on the 9th of March 2015. In its recommendations, it did not mention any questionable conduct of then Central Bank Governor Arjuna Mahendran on his directive to accept 10 times the offered amount. CBSL personnel, activists and market players have said accepting 10 times the offer is highly unusual. As public outcry continued to grow, COPE of the 7th Parliament was tasked to investigate the bond issue. Sadly, Parliament was dissolved for elections before it could release its report. Thereafter, COPE of the 8th Parliament was tasked with investigating the matter as the media continued to raise questions about the impropriety of the bond issue. COPE, chaired by Sunil Handunnetti, were met with series of obstacles, the main one being UNP members of COPE adding footnotes to the final report. Among them was Sujiva Senasinghe. Senasinghe was appointed to COPE after one member resigned. The COPE report recommends former Governor of the Central Bank Arjuna Mahendran should be held directly responsible over the bond transaction. The COPE chairman said, "The report contains recommendations and observations, and there is a clear difference in the report and the footnotes." During this period, Arjuna Mahendran was overseas. But there was continuous criticism and demand for justice, and this prompted President Maithripala Sirisena to appoint the Presidential Commission of Inquiry. Tomorrow, revelations made at the Presidential Commission.